Are you fed up with hearing, "Just stay positive," when inside you feel like you're falling apart? What if that simple advice, meant to uplift, has been secretly eroding your mental strength all along?
Picture a deep ocean of emotions inside you. Waves of joy, sorrow, anger, and fear crashing against a rigid dam of forced cheerfulness. Today, let's break that dam and let truth flow, because what you feel matters more than any hollow mantra. Imagine waking up one morning with a lump in your throat and a storm in your heart. You scroll through your feed and see someone's bright smile, perfectly filtered photos, and a caption insisting that happiness is a choice. You switch off your phone, squeeze your eyes shut, and think, why can't I be like them? You swallow hard, bury your own pain, and plaster on a smile. But in that moment, a whisper of truth cries out. Your feelings are real, and they deserve to be seen. That whisper is your conscience, telling you that ignoring your pain will only make it fester and grow. From the depths of ancient wisdom, Socrates once warned, "The unexamined life is not worth living." He urges us to look inward, to shine a light on our darkest thoughts, rather than sweep them under a carpet of cheer. When we deny our own suffering, we miss the chance to understand ourselves, to uncover the root of our sorrow, and to grow stronger from it. Every tear you shed, every pang of fear, every spark of anger, they are messengers, not enemies. They carry information about your needs, your values, and your unhealed wounds. Yet, when modern society demands a constant grin, those messengers are silenced. In a world obsessed with feel-good platitudes, the words "think positive" echo everywhere. On billboards, in motivational books, and inside well-meaning friends' advice. But this endless push for brightness can be suffocating. Imagine being told, again and again, that if you just stop feeling sad, everything will be fine. What if you feel shame for failing to produce that forced joy? You might begin to question your worth, think there's something wrong with you, and sink deeper into isolation. That's the power of toxic positivity. It shrinks our emotional vocabulary to only one word, happy, while all the rest of our feelings are branded as unacceptable. Consider the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, who faced plagues, wars, and personal loss, yet never denied his despair. He advised, "Reject your sense of injury, and the injury itself disappears." At first, this may sound like dismissing pain, but in truth, he taught us to understand our wounds. When we accept the sting of loss, the ache of loneliness, we can transcend them. We learn to see our pain not as a silent enemy, but as a teacher guiding us toward resilience. By rejecting our pain, we only trap it in our subconscious, where it breeds fear and anxiety. When you force a myopic focus on cheer, you build a flimsy mask over your true self. This mask strains against your face, suffocating your authentic emotions until you forget what you really feel. Lao Tzu reminds us, "To know that you do not know is the best." In other words, humility in the face of our own ignorance is the doorway to wisdom. By admitting you don't understand every stir in your heart, you allow curiosity to flourish. You begin to ask, why does sadness grip me today? Or why do I feel angry at something beyond my control? These questions open a space for healing rather than closure. When you wake up on a gray morning and feel the weight of dread in your chest, know that anger or sorrow are not foes to crush. They are signposts, showing you where to look deeper. Anger might reveal that a boundary has been crossed. Fear might reveal an unmet need for safety. Sadness might reveal a precious loss, crying out for acknowledgement. Pretending to be happy might seem harmless, but it is as healthy as ignoring a fever until it becomes life-threatening. You need to attend to your emotions as you would care for a fever, with attentiveness and respect. The human mind contains multitudes. Cognitive dissonance, that tug-of-war between conflicting beliefs, robs us of peace when we try to be cheerful while feeling broken. You tell yourself, "I must smile today," while inside, your heart screams, "I'm drowning." That inner turmoil becomes a silent saboteur, fueling anxiety and breeding self-doubt. The more you force smiles, the more your mind rebels, and the deeper you sink into the quicksand of unspoken despair. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, taught, "It is not things themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about them." If you insist that sadness is unacceptable, you give it power over you. But if you accept sadness as a messenger, you hold the reins. You decide how to respond. When you face an injustice, say a friend betrays your trust, anger surfaces to protect you. Ignore it, and that anger will retch up as passive aggression, resentment, or silent bitterness. Embrace it, and you can harness its energy to set healthy boundaries or speak your truth. Picture a student burdened by mounting deadlines, told again and again by well-meaning mentors to stay positive. She buries her anxiety because she fears disappointing others. But anxiety left unspoken spirals into sleepless nights and a paralyzing fear of failure. When she finally admits her struggle, she finds genuine support. A tutor to guide her, friends who gather to help her study, a counselor who teaches her coping strategies. Her honest confession becomes the key that unlocks her path to overcoming obstacles. Conversely, its absence leaves her stranded on an island of silent suffering. A professional, pouring countless hours into projects, hears endless refrains of, "You've got this," as he crumbles under exhaustion. He feels guilty for not matching society's image of unstoppable positivity. But this frantic cheer shields him from admitting that his mind and body are crying out for rest. When he finally opens up, he realizes that vulnerability is not weakness. His team rallies, deadlines shift, and support flows in. In acknowledging his limits, he gains respect, renewed energy, and genuine connection. Things a forced smile could never bring. Beyond individual stories lies a society enshrouded by curated perfection. Scroll through any platform and you'll see vacation snapshots, celebratory milestones, and triumphant achievements. What you don't see are the late-night tears, the gnawing self-doubt, or the unspoken regrets. That polished mirage convinces us to compare our messy reality to someone else's highlight reel, and we end up feeling desolate. We chase that unattainable ideal, sacrificing authenticity for a hollow mirage of perpetual joy. But authenticity is our birthright. When we allow the full spectrum of emotion, we open doors to genuine intimacy. Confucius declared, "Real knowledge is to know the extent of one's ignorance." By confessing our ignorance about how to feel, we invite humility and shared humanity. When you say, "I'm struggling with sadness," you offer a genuine invitation for connection. Others respond not with platitudes, but with empathetic ears, knowing that their own struggles find solace in your honesty. In the art of mindfulness, we hold up a mirror to our emotions. You sit quietly, breathe in deeply, and watch thoughts drift by like clouds. You notice the tight knot of fear in your chest, the ache of sorrow in your eyes. You name them. This is sadness. This is fear. By acknowledging them without judgment, you grant permission for healing. When you are fully present with your pain, it cannot hide in shadows. The Buddha taught that suffering and joy coexist. They are threads in the same tapestry. By embracing the gray threads as much as the golden ones, you witness the full brilliance of life's design. Balance.
a concept found in ancient Chinese philosophy, reminds us that yin and yang are inseparable. Light and darkness are two sides of a coin. When joy blossoms, it is nourished by the memory of sadness. When grief hollows our hearts, it sharpens our capacity for compassion. Your tears water seeds of empathy within you, cultivating the ability to hold space for others' pain as well. By denying your sorrow, you block that growth, isolating yourself from the well of shared human experience. Imagine you hold a garden within your heart. If you only plant roses, only pursue joy, you may parade a stunning facade, but beneath the soil, neglected weeds of fear and regret choke the roots. If you nurture all plants, embrace every emotion, you create a vibrant ecosystem where each plant plays a role. The fawns of sorrow may deter passers-by, yet they protect delicate blossoms of joy when storms come. The roots of anger may turn to ash, enriching the soil for new seeds of courage to sprout. Yet, it is tempting to disclaim vulnerability. We fear judgment. We fear being labeled weak. We fear that if we let others see our tears, they will abandon us. But the paradox is that vulnerability breeds strength. When you share your tears, you create space for empathy. You allow someone else to say, "I understand. I'm here." That presence can feel like a lifeline when you feel swept under by currents of despair. Rumi taught, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." Let that light in by cracking open the door you've been guarding so fiercely. In relationships, forced positivity can become a barrier. You smile and say, "I'm fine," when your heart quivers. Your partner hears the words but feels the unspoken distance. Over time, both of you drift apart, starved of real intimacy. Authentic support is built on shared vulnerability. When you confide, "I'm scared about our future," you invite collaboration, teamwork, and trust. That transparency becomes a bridge. Nothing forced can build that. When your emotions swirl like a tempest, you may ask, "How do I find balance?" Start with simple acts. Sit quietly for a few minutes each day, breathe deeply, and bring awareness to your heart. Name your feelings. I feel anxious. I feel grief. I feel hope. This practice is not wallowing. It is acknowledging. Next, talk to someone you trust. A friend, a family member, a counselor. Choose someone who will listen without judgment. Share your burden and notice how it grows lighter. Then, treat your body kindly. Sleep, move, nourish. Physical well-being grounds emotional turbulence, like roots studying a tree in a storm. Seek wisdom from ancient teachers. Aristotle said, "Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom." Reflect on your experiences. Write down your emotions in a journal. Over time, you will see patterns, triggers that set off fear, habits that feed anxiety. With that insight, you can reframe your responses. When anger flares, ask, "What boundary is being crossed?" When sadness lingers, ask, "What am I grieving?" These questions lead to transformation rather than self-blame. Society tells you to redefine success. It isn't a life of unbroken happiness. True success is the courage to face your darkest nights and still find a spark of light. It is the ability to stand tall when sorrow tries to knock you down. It is choosing authenticity over a counterfeit mask. When you claim your full humanity, you free others to claim theirs. You create ripples in the world, ripples of empathy, of compassion, of genuine connection. In a world that shouts good vibes only, let's whisper a new mantra. All emotions welcome. If you feel despair, acknowledge it. If you feel anger, channel it toward justice. If you feel love, let it strengthen you. When you accept every shade of your heart, you step into a richer, more tempered life. You become a beacon for others feeling lost in a sea of forced cheer. So, the next time someone tells you to, just think positive. Pause. Look inward. Name your feeling. Give it space. Take a slow breath. Feel the weight of that emotion. Then, soften around it. You are not defective for feeling pain. You are brave for facing it. Your wounds will not vanish, but they will transform into wisdom if you let them. At the end of this journey, you will not only survive, you will thrive. The power to heal resides within you. When you acknowledge your darkest shadows, you kindle the flame of true resilience. You learn to stand unshakable, not because you deny the storm, but because you have felt it, weathered it, and emerged stronger. And when you embrace that strength, others see the path and follow. You become a lighthouse, guiding weary souls back to shore. If this message resonates with you, if it stirs something deep within your heart, know that you are not alone. The ancient philosophers, the poets, the sages, they all remind us that life is neither purely bright nor purely dark, but a tapestry woven from both. Let that tapestry unfurl with all its colors in your life. Let your tears fall. Let your laughter rise. Let your heart remain open. Thank you for listening, for daring to drift beyond the glare of forced positivity, and for seeking the truth of your own emotions. Your journey is not a straightforward path to perpetual joy. It is an odyssey through light and shadow. Embrace every step, and remember, real strength lies in being honest with yourself. In the words of the Buddha, no one saves us but ourselves. The power to heal and grow lies within your own honest moments. If you're hungry for more depth, more exercises, more stories of people who transformed their lives by acknowledging their pain, join me in the next video. The dark truth about good vibes, an in-depth exploration. Until then, keep feeling, keep asking, keep growing. Your heart will guide you.